heading out to my sanctuary. Even though my garden's not doing well this year, it's still my happy place. So it's always a learning experience. And even though I only got 7 zucchinis and my plants were all diseased, and except for this one I kept, it seemed halfway healthy, but if you can see what just hatched, squash bugs. And summer squash was having flowers, but infested. So I'm going to try some diatomaceous earth, more to kill the bugs, hopefully. I don't have any reason to think that these are going to survive. After I have gotten rid of the bugs, I will burn these plants. So probably within a day or two. I don't want them to stay in here. Green pepper plants got more foliage, no flowers yet, but hopefully we have time to get some. Calendula is growing very well. I know I've written notes on when to harvest my herbs, and I really need to do that because a lot of my herbs are coming in well, and I'm not even sure, like with my catmint or catnip, if I was supposed to harvest before it flowered. My boss seems to like it, our cat. So that's one thing I need to check. You know, I will probably still harvest some leaves, and you can cut it down, from what I've heard, at least halfway down, and it'll keep growing. It's very big. Do have some cucumbers still coming in, and our string beans over here, getting some leaves, and these pole beans are starting to climb, and the peas are almost tall enough where we can start guiding them up the trellis. They look very healthy. And Swiss chard has been loving the cooler nights, I think. So we do have some that is popping up, and just some scattered lettuce. I need to plant some more over here. The deer had eaten what I did have. And we do have some cabbage growing amongst the calendula. So these are not far as advanced as the one in my herb garden. And tomatoes. We're going to have a few tomatoes. I'm going to have to do something with them because only Tim can eat them. So, might try some salsa. Plenty of basil. This basil plant's doing very well. I'm going to have to try some of that. And we have more beans here, and the ones back there that had got eaten by the deer are starting to come back. And they were, even though they had eaten the leaves, there were a lot of little flowers, so you can see this little string beans coming in. And I do have some comfrey that I've started in the house. They're not very big, but the ground is nice and wet. It's been raining like every other day, and just had heavy showers today, and I think it's a perfect time to put it in the ground. Green onions are still coming up. Our new turnip patch is very sparse here. So we are starting to have some pickling cukes coming in, which is great. We're getting about 2 or 3 a day, and there's lots of flowers and some new little baby ones that are starting, so encouraging. Our carrots still look very good. Butternut squash, I see some flowers, but there's no squash forming yet. Our beets are bouncing back from the deer. They had eaten about half of these plants down, but it looks like I can actually harvest some leaves back there for tonight's dinner. And here the broccoli is still doing well. Not seeing any flowers yet, but we definitely still have time for that to keep growing. Our dill is getting a little taller. Potatoes are starting to fizzle out a little bit. Gonna keep letting them grow. The ones back here, the plants just died, so we should probably dig there and see what we have or don't have. And our carrots over here are also doing well. Need to do some weeding. Wild lettuce is really picking up now. I don't know if I'll be picking some this year. If it gets a little taller, I will. But just letting it get established this year. And here we had planted more zucchini plants, so hopefully these will remain healthy and the bugs won't find them. Swiss chard, we have some coming in. And what had I planted here? Oh, spinach not coming in. Supposed to be over there. Green bean patch still just has 4 plants, and I would have tried to plant again, but it's too late for them to have a harvest this year. So letting these 4 grow. Our sweet potatoes starting to get some leaves back. A little bit of yellowing on some of the stalks there where the deer had lunch. And this is my only spaghetti squash so far. I don't know how big it will get. There are some more leaves on this vine. Some of the other vines not looking as healthy. And the radishes I planted here are coming up. So yeah, not seeing any, excuse me, other squash started. And I'm going to be picking some of these turnip greens tonight. We'll add them to the beet greens, and we'll have that. Be nice to have some greens out of the garden, and after I get rid of some of these leaves, I can actually see or check to see if the turnip is ready to be picked, because according to the calendar they should be. And in one of our new raised beds, we also have some cucumbers here. They're more further along than the other ones, and they look very healthy. So hopefully we can get late season cucumbers from this area. Radish still struggling. I think I'm gonna have to plant more radish. They have a short span, but this is the perfect time of the year that they like to grow. And this cabbage is growing nicely. And our chamomile still growing. It's not flowering yet. I don't know if it'll flower this first year. And our lemon balm, this looks like I could harvest some leaves for sure. I need to get going on that. And our echinacea is looking very well. Thanks for joining me today in my special place. It's just very calming to me to be in the garden and seeing things grow, and even just weeding is just a mindless activity, and I find it relaxing. Some people probably hate it with a passion, but I find it relaxing, and then afterwards your garden is better off for it, and it looks better. Please like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you next time. Bye.